Friends, today with us, Mr. Saurabh Banerjee is with us, and he is the co-founder and chief technological officer of the Trusted We Care. It's a startup company worth 450 crores, but Mr. Banerjee is himself is suffering from you know bipolar disorder and borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia. At the same time, he has a deeper understanding and the knowledge on Vedanta and Upanishad. So, I would like to ask Mr. Banerjee, Mr. Saurabh Banerjee, to share with us how does this knowledge of Vedanta help him to handle his mental health problem and help him running this company, which is worth 450 crores. तो सौरभ बनर्जी, आप बताएं आपकी लाइफ इतनी यूनिक है, कैसे ये मदद करती है आपको?
First of all, thank you for calling me here. So, see, the thing is, my mental health journey, I can say this is a lot hereditary. There are components of, the nurture, which is while I was growing up and things like that, and my life experiences beyond. And I had some background, like not some great background in terms of the same thing. Like my mom, she was a professor of Sanskrit, and at a very early stage we got introduced to a lot of Sanskrit literatures and things like that. However, when I was suffering from mental health, I was going through the treatment, like SSRI, antidepressants, and that did not work. Then SSRI class of antidepressant, then antipsychotic, then mood stabilizers, sleeping pills. I mean, like I was filled with medicines. Side effects, obviously, as we know, were very high. What I understood is, yes, medicines are extremely important, but something that I had to do to ensure that things can be handled beyond medicine as well. Like medicines are needed, but we needed to understand if we can handle things beyond medicine. That's when I kind of started, a lot of studies. I mean, I normally study a lot. Like I just love studying and knowing stuff that I do not know. So that time I started learning a lot of Vedantic stuff while I was suffering.
What was your age that point of time?
Age was about 30, early 30s.
Okay.
And that's when I started.
You mean you completed your qualification and did a lot of job also by that time?
Yes, I did. I'm NIT Jamshedpur, electronics engineering. Then
And I am dropout also.
I went to IIM Calcutta, dropped out from there. Worked with Saskin Communications, Planning Commission. Also worked with a research project by JPAL, Jameen Poverty Action Lab. With Professor Abhijit Banerjee, yesterday to flow. A part of that research went for 2017 Nobel Prize. Yeah, I've seen that. I also worked for the largest mental health company, private sector company back then in India, and I used to head their corporate strategy division as well. But yeah, when that mental health came to me, it was a different story altogether. I really needed to understand, and the question back then was like, why me? I mean, why did it happen to me? Vedanta helped me understand, when I filed about 10 patents. When we file patents, or you talked about, the valuation of the company, the current valuation, very soon it's going to cross 1,000 crores or whatever. I'm not that much bothered about the valuation of the company. When I do something good, we don't ask that question, right?
Why me? Yes.
Exactly. We always ask the question, why me, when things go wrong. And this is when the internal conflict start building up. And what I have understood is, the internal conflict is a major, stressor, major contributor to mental health.
Okay.
How could we have come out from that internal conflict? And that's where the Vedantic journey started. Like initially it was like, knowing the whole Indic philosophies. I did not even know that whether I will go for Vedanta or not, because I was at that time I started with Shankar Darshan. I loved Shankar Darshan, but somehow a lot of questions that I had, probably they were not answered. Then gradually I started with Mimamsa Darshan. And while I was studying Mimamsa Darshan, I started with the pramans of Mimamsa Darshan. The first one is being uh, the
just a second, I want to interrupt you. For my Hindi audience, I would like to ask some question in
ठीक
Hindi.
है।
आप खुद पढ़ लेते थे या you had some teacher who used to help him you? मतलब आप खुद पढ़ते थे या some teacher were there?
मोस्टली खुद ही पढ़ता था, मम्मी के साथ बहुत डिस्कस करता था, डिबेट करता हूँ रहता अभी भी। तो मतलब वो तो डिबेट इंटरनली हमारा चलते ही रहता है मम्मी के साथ। सॉरी फॉर माय पोर हिंदी, आई ट्राई टू स्पीक।
It's okay. We
हाँ।
will go for the English mode, Hindi and English both.
ठीक,
Yeah.
डन। तो दैट्स व्हेन मतलब मुझे पहला जो सबसे सही लगा वो प्रमाण था, और वो प्रमाण मीमांसा, जो वेदांत हम लोग बोलते हैं वो उत्तरा मीमांसा है, मतलब मीमांसा दर्शन के ऊपर ही वेदांता दर्शन बनाया गया है। तो इंडिक फिलोसफीज में जो दर्शन में डिफरेंस है वो बेसिकली प्रमाण में डिफरेंस है कि कौन सा वैलिड प्रमाण के हिसाब से आप लेते हो। Because I was from science, I found all the 6 pramans that we take in Mimamsa Darshan, which is प्रत्यक्ष, डायरेक्ट प्रमाण, मतलब मैं टच एंड फील कर सकता हूँ। इंटरनल प्रत्यक्ष हो सकता है कि मैं आई एम फीलिंग इन फ्रॉम विद इन। अनुमान, विच इज़ assumptions, if something is happening and we have a prior knowledge to that, I can assume something would have happened। Upaman, which is like analogy, I know something and then I have not seen that, but with the analogy I just get to understand what is the new thing without actually seeing that or doing the pratyaksha for the second thing for the first time. Then anupalabdhi, which is a negative postulation, which is, suppose I do not know what is the capital of the new state Andhra. A lot of us we don't know. I'm just answering this, Amravati. But if I do not know Amravati, but the answer option says Hyderabad, Amravati, Chennai, Bangalore. Now I know Hyderabad is not because it's the capital of Telangana. Bangalore is not because it's Bengaluru is not, it's ये कर्नाटका का कैपिटल है। चेन्नई नहीं है क्योंकि वो तमिलनाडु का कैपिटल है। तो बचा क्या? अमरावती। तो वो आंसर होगा। दैट्स अनुपलब्धि कि आप you just eliminate the negative options. And then Arthapatti is
Saurav, I would like to intervene here because we are not going into deep understanding of Vedanta. My question is, how does it help you to handle your company, your day-to-day life? आपका ये जो mental health के problems है, how does it help you? जैसे एक point आपने बताया, it help you to solve the internal conflict within you.
So that is
what I understood, you told me you are still on medication, you take medicine.
Yes.
And but my question is, how does this knowledge system is helping you?
हाँ, so मैं वही बता रहा था, जो ये जो प्रमाण है, ये प्रमाण मैं अपना डेटा साइंस में भी यूज़ करता हूँ, यही प्रमाण यूज़ करता हूँ। और द सिक्स्थ, आई मीन आई एम जस्ट क्विकली जस्ट नेमिंग इट बिकॉज शब्द प्रमाण विच इज़ द साइटेशंस, मैं यही प्रमाण मैं अपना डेटा साइंस में भी यूज़ करता हूँ। And I do not go for any other praman. So the thing is, it's the same set of knowledge which helped me gain the knowledge about my own mental health, and having the knowledge of the mental health gives you a lot of ways to solve it. The first problem of mental health का problem है कि हमारे पास नॉलेज ही नहीं है, मतलब क्यों ये हो रहा है, हम लोग यही इंटरनल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में जाते हैं। तो अगर हमारे पास नॉलेज है कि हाँ इसलिए हो रहा है, शायद हम लोग उस रियलिटी के साथ अपने आप को कंफर्टेबल कर लेते हैं। वी मेक आवरसेल्व्स कंफर्टेबल विद द रियलिटी। हाँ ये ही सच है, और जो सच है उसका सच्चाई ही सच है, और जो नहीं है उसका नहीं होना भी सच्चाई है। सो बोथ वेज इट्स ट्रू। व्हेन यू एक्सेप्ट दैट रियलिटी, what happens is the internal conflict goes on. Now if I have to drag that to the data science, what we do in terms of the innovation, we go by those logical steps. I mean एक बार हम लोग का हो रहा था कि मतलब लिप सिंक में इशू हो रहा था हम लोग का, जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस है उसमें suddenly I realized I think we should, stick back to Sanskrit, because there the phonetical structure, the phonemes and visms are so clear कि हम लोग उसका ट्रेनिंग संस्कृत फोनेम विज्म से किए, क्योंकि आपका ख ग घ ङ, इफ यू सी हर एक का जो
Sound is equivalent to
मेरा
the.
जो लिप मूवमेंट है, इट इज ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर, च छ ज झ ङ. So the lip movement is almost similar, and that is the way scientifically we had done it. What if we just take those phoneme visms data from whatever knowledge we had? So what, and that is the part of the data science. In terms of company, I go by the same understanding. मतलब हम लोग सच में मतलब इतना कम इन्वेस्टमेंट में द मॉडल्स दैट वी हैव बिल्ट, वी हैव क्रिएटेड लाइक 23 वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड्स, 10 पेटेंट्स, लाइक द वैल्यूएशन ऑफ द कंपनी इज वन साइड, बट जो हम लोग वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक किए हैं, शायद मेटा का वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड है, गूगल का वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड है, स्टैनफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी का रिकॉर्ड्स है, ग्लोबल रिकॉर्ड्स ब्रेक कर रहे हैं.
मतलब लिमिटेड में यू हैव क्रिएटेड अ
लिमिटेड रिसोर्स में जब हम लोग करना शुरू करते हैं ना, तब आप क्या करते हो कि बहुत एक्सट्रीम लेवल का इनोवेशन पे जाते हैं. और वो इनोवेशन का जो बेसिस था मेरे लिए, मतलब आई नॉट से ऑलवेज वेदांता, बट द वेदांतिक फिलोसफी. इवन जैसे हम लोग कोई भी आर्ग्यूमेंट करते हैं, विच इज उत्तर पक्ष खंडन पूर्व पक्ष खंडन उत्तर पक्ष, विच इज what was the argument before, then what is your exact opposition to that argument, then what is your position. So basically, the framework that were being given in philosophies, we use the same framework for our innovation inside. Point is, when we do it like that, there is so much of knowledge or wisdom which is available to us, that
इन वेदांता
in Vedanta and other Indic philosophies कि आपका trial and error कम हो जाती है. Already it's there. Why don't you just look it once? And you look it once, you get so many ideas from there. I mean,
you mean to say that the knowledge in the Vedantic system is helpful for the data analysis and data system?
yes,
what I understood.
Yes, in data science. I mean, I'm not the first person to do that. Like the early quantum people who did the quantum mechanics, they all went to Vedanta. I'm talking about Schrodinger went to Vedanta. I'm talking about Heisenberg went to Vedanta. All of them went to Vedanta. So we are talking about a huge amount of knowledge base that we have in Indic philosophies put together. Especially I'm talking about Advaita Vedanta. Concepts of monoism. That's so close to quantum mechanics, and then we use quantum mechanics concepts even in data science as well. Like I'm currently writing a paper wherein we are talking about why large language models will always hallucinate, and the argument in one side is actually from quantum mechanics, and that quantum mechanics argument actually comes from the Vedantic concepts. So while I do not get a lot of mathematics from Vedanta, what I get is ideas from Vedanta. Then I convert that into mathematics, and those mathematics, we are breaking, quite literally, we are breaking world records. And I mean, we are breaking those world records.
Can you give me one example which where this, broke the world record?
Okay. What we broke the world record was on intent detection. So intent detection, the kind of mathematics which is there behind intent detection, it is about the way we do an argument. So what we did was two neural networks arguing against each other to decide what is the best one, and the one with the better ability to argue wins that race. We call similar things as discriminator network. So with the certain type of discriminator network, now here the way we argued are actually the Vedantic arguments. The way we argued, the rishis, they argued back then. It's the same way we made two neural networks argue against each other.
You are talking about this in your apps.
The deep algorithms that power this app. Because see, the reason our app is so deep is because of the algorithms that we have built within. And the foundation of a lot of these deep algorithms are actually Vedantic. I mean, if I say it in a science conference, people might laugh. Not that I care, but yeah, that is Vedantic.
And your app is about the detection of mental health, if I'm correct in understanding?
It is not only about detection. See, I have suffered from mental health, right? So mental health cannot happen only with detection. So it has four journeys. One is identification of mental health conditions. Then a certain set of population, they will require a clinical intervention. Then there is another set of population that will require, not another set, all of us will require, the self-management part of it. And then there is a population that requires a follow-up and relapse management. So our app handles the whole 9 yard of this journey, starting from not diagnosis, like assessing the person for mental health condition. Then people who are assessed for high mental health risk, taking them to the clinical journey. We have clinicians, we were there for the launch that we had done with Fortis team. So the whole Fortis clinicians, they are the clinical backbone on the step 2. Step 3 is the self-management, like, this is a habitual thing. Mental health is a habitual thing, plus, positive mental health or a negative mental health. Like, we can't do yoga one day and expect everything to change, or we can't do meditate one day and expect everything to change, or we cannot have good mental health one day and expect the whole life to be, fair. The same way, it is a repetitive process. So our app helps that. And the final is follow-up and relapse management.
Name of your apps, can you say for the...
United We Care.
Okay.
You can download it from Android and iOS app stores and things like that. What I was saying, follow-up and relapse management. See, we talk about cancer relapse. We do not talk about mental health relapse. If you have depression, most likely depression is going to come back. It does not come to you once and goes away forever. So
okay, it's repetitive in nature.
It is repetitive in nature. In terms of addiction, this relapse is much higher than other mental health conditions. So we need to really manage things. And right now, what we are doing as a society, I have a problem. What we are doing with the society, what we are doing is, we don't have time, but we have disposable income. With that, we are getting a mobile phone and giving it to a child. They're consuming that 24/7, and what do we expect out of that? So it's it's karma. Like we know what is the outcome. We still do that, and then we crib about the outcome which we know that is going to happen. So some way we are at the verge of having a mental health epidemic. And there the solution is we are growing in terms of valuation. It's just because we are solving the problem. When you solve the problem, you get to understand how little of the problem have you solved.
No, I wanted to know what is the uniqueness in your apps which is helping people, as you said, it is helping solving the problem. So where does the people feel connect, and where is the Vedanta in that?
Okay, now inside the app, I'll come to...
First to how they feel connect.
Exactly. So let me address this in two different set of answers. The first one is, we manage the whole journey. So you as an user, you come to the app, you do not know whether you have mental health conditions or not, you get yourself assessed. So the assessment happens in the app. If you have a mental health condition, then you go for a clinical journey. You have clinicians on the app, you can book sessions with them and go for the clinical management of your condition.
Your app is technology based, which help in assessment, and clinical is done by the Fortis.
Clinical is done by the Fortis in our app.
Okay, in your app.
In our app. So which is like, all those clinicians are available in our app. After the second step is done, we have the third step, which is like, self-management, which is like, a lot of guided meditation and other videos and things like that. Fourth one is the follow-up management, or relapse management. So if I see the person is on the verge of relapse, I can trigger the person, hey, you might have a condition which is close to a relapse, please consult a clinician. So we handle the whole 9 yards of journey. Second question, how Vedanta on the app which is completely different from what I was discussing on the algorithm part. On the see something like in the mental health domain we have talked about a lot of things which are showing much better result than any other traditional way. The whole mindfulness. Where did it come from?
Vedanta?
From Indic philosophies. If you talk about Yog Nidra, we are talking about PMR, progressive muscle relaxation. I mean, the foundation of those relaxation techniques somewhere can be traced back to our Indic philosophies, and we have all of them.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. Usually, we never give much importance to our Indic philosophy. I mean, we Indian, we think the Western knowledge system is much better than us. But as the research is going on, as people are becoming advanced, aware of the Indian, knowledge system, we came to know we have a great reserve of knowledge.
Yes, true. I mean, see that I'm not whitewashing everything. There are things which are not done right in Indic system, but there are certainly few things which are extremely right, extremely accurate, and we do have clinical trial results. What we are doing carefully is cherry picking those things, changing their name to kind of culturally appropriate the whole system. So that's where,
Acceptable.
yeah,
Make
exactly.
it acceptable.
And yeah, I'll tell you one thing. If I see my search result, we Indians we search with the Western names, where in Western countries they search with the Indic names
That's interesting.
for consuming the same thing.
Is a research on that?
No, there is no research, but I get to see the Google Search Console data, right?
Okay.
So from there, so suppose I have a particular type of meditation, say let's take Yog Nidra. The Western countries are actually searching with Yog Nidra, wherein we are searching with mindfulness meditation.
Indians.
We Indians, yeah.
Okay.
So basically the point is we are looking west is looking east, and together we are looking nowhere.
That's quite interesting. So anything one more thing I wanted to let know my audience, like you when handled your divorce also, you are handling your son also. So how does this knowledge system is helping you in that part of the area? You were talking about consciousness, looking at the thing objectively. How does it help you there? I'm asking this because you have all the problem which youth are going through, and very beautifully you have handled it, and you are making a materialistic success, because sometimes we feel ki all these stigma won't make you viable for the materialistic success, but your success story is just opposite. You handle all sort of problem, from relationship to mental health, yet you are successful. And you, while in formal interaction, you have said that ki all this success we should not give much importance, rather than process we should give much more importance. So can you speak a little bit over here?
So see, we all know this, and we talk about this, and we even make fun of this. What is it? Is karmanyavadhikarste ma phaleshu kadachana. I mean, you have all the rights, ownership of the karma that you do, but you just don't have any control over the outcome from the karma that you have done. The world is way too chaotic. In the overall grand scheme of things, our individualistic outcome is so less likely probable to happen, that's better to consider that it's 100% improbable. In that scenario, the best that we can do is, are we happy with the karma? Are we happy with the whole process of doing it? Can we just accept the world as is? I can also, a lot of my Vedantic journey unknowingly had also come from Rabindranath Tagore, because Tagore's a lot of poems we just sing as a song, but we do not sit down and listen. আকাশ ভরা সূর্য তারা বিশ্ব ভরা প্রাণ তাহারি মাঝখানে আমি পেয়েছি মস্তান বিস্ময়ে তাই জাগে আমার প্রাণ.
Can you spell in English or Hindi for non-Bengalis? I can understand, but
I'm telling you. So basically, there's a such a grand scheme of thing of universe, and I'm just happy that I'm there, that I exist, and I can experience all of it firsthand. That itself is the happiness. Now, beyond that, that individual pain, this, that, at the end of the day, we are hydrocarbons. We are all same. You know,
You are considering oneself as a bubble or a particle in the whole universe.
exactly.
And that the way you are looking
और
at your problem.
हाँ, उसमें मेरा ईगो, मेरा प्रॉब्लम है, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? हाँ, मतलब जो सच्चा है मान लो फिर. That's it. That's what we
So
want.
Vedanta help you in doing this.
Exactly. I mean, to understand that, you know, okay, foundationally, can you tell, like, do I have a gravity for me? No, it's the same gravity for me and you. The laws of physics are same for all of us. Come on, let's get real. And that does not change. I mean, whatever we do, I mean, like, I can use gravity to make 100 things, but I cannot change gravity, create gravity.
So how does it helping in your this line helping you in your life?
I mean, just
Like
accept. Just
gravity
act-
exists.
No. No. The point was something different. Point was when the foundation or fundamental laws of physics is same for all of us. Mathematics is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 for me or for you. So fundamentally things don't vary. What is the internal conflict that can create, you know, that variance, you know, between two waves, right? So fundamentally it's the same ocean that's creating both of the waves. So the waves independently think that they are different, and most of the times we fight because of our differences. Only if we agree for a change that we are all the same. We are all the same. It is same painful but less suffering. You suffer much less with the pain that comes, because pain, well, we can't do anything with it. I pinch, I get pain. I mean, someone pinches me, I get the pain. But do I suffer with that pain? Well,
The knowledge help you to reduce the suffering.
Exactly.
Pain is there
Pain
in
is
both the
there.
situation, but
Yeah.
suffering become less because of knowledge.
Exactly. Because, and that is Gyan Yoga that we talk about, you know. The
कि आपके पास ज्ञान है, ज्ञान के कारण आपका
हाँ,
सफरिंग कम हो गया है, बट
Exactly.
तकलीफें हैं.
तकलीफें तो सबके पास रहती है, किसके पास नहीं है? जन्म लिए हैं, तकलीफें तो रहेगी. और उसको लेकर वही मैं बोला ना, मतलब when I have mental health issues I will say why me. बट जब उसके बाद जाके I will file the patent, तब तो कभी नहीं बोलते हाँ why me.
Patent means success for you.
Exactly, that's success for me. I could actually create something new. When I can create something new, we don't question why me. I am breaking a world record, I don't say why me. I am creating a company which happens to be, by the way, you said this is successful. I have 2 failed companies before that.
Okay.
I failed in those companies.
So your story is interesting that apart from success, this victory will come in the life. So take it easily, both the thing. You are not
Exactly.
carried by your success. Like 450 crores company worth is not a small amount number, and at the same time you are not carried by your failure. You are handling all those issues.
Exactly.
With
Dukheshu
grace.
anudvignamana sukhesu vrigatas sriya. Like Bhagavad Gita, like everyone reads, right? But what does it mean? Do not get carried away when things are extremely sad, and don't celebrate when it's
Celebrate too much.
Too
Like
much.
celebration is in the air in our nowadays world.
but when there is success, both of them are temporary. There's no permanent thing. The only permanent thing is the laws of the physics. That's going to remain the same with or without us being there. It's now call it in any name. Call it Brahman, call it consciousness, call it in any name, but they are going to stay.
Okay, can you give any kind, I won't say message because you will say message is of what use. Like tell me how you will encourage those people, those youth, those youngster, middle-aged people, those who are caught in the day-to-day problem or the mental health issues or mental illness, and they want to do something better for themselves and better in their life, how does you want to give them message through the words, because your life itself is a message, I find. No, at that age of 39 you went through all the problems, I will say, and yet you managed to come out of it and handling it beautifully. So what are the things you wanted to tell?
It's very simple. Stop taking yourself way too seriously. I mean, that's why our biggest problem. Like my ego, my this thing, my that. We tend to mix I with mine. Like if I now classify out of the whole thing, everything is my. Where am I? Stop taking your thing. When I say stop taking yourself seriously, means all the things which we think we are associated with, my reputation, my education, my career, my relationship. I could hear only mine. I could not hear a single I. Is my relationship I? Is my
I and mine is the same. This isn't different.
absolutely different? Like it's my body, but is it I? I mean, okay, fine. Let's do the experiment of
I or we?
I and mine.
I and my. Okay.
Let's do that experiment.
Hmm.
This is a pure direct Vedantic experiment. We can do it right now. Drigdrisha Vivek. And I will give a very stupid logic. Why am I not this class?
Hmm.
Why am I not this class?
Hmm.
I'm making one assumption, and if you have any problem with that assumption, you can stop me right here. I will change that. But if you're okay with that assumption, I will just carry forward that assumption for 2 more questions. My assumption is, for experience, why am I not this class? Because I can experience this class. But for experience to happen, the object being experienced and the experiencer has to be different. Okay, so I am not this class because I can experience this class. I find that experience, the act of experience, because these two are different. Do we agree with that? Okay, so if we agree, now let me take that to the second level, which is, am I within my body? I can experience if there is pain, if there is anything happening in our body, even internal body, internal pain, things go wrong. I can experience that, right? So technically, by the same logic, because I can experience my body, cannot be my body. I'm taking the same logic, third level. I can experience when I'm happy, when I'm sad. My relationship, my identity, my social profile, my success, my failure. I can experience all of it. How then all of these are I? Welcome to the world of Advaita Vedanta. I am talking about Drigdrisha Vivek. You can also get the same thing from Mandukya Upanishad, na anta pragyam, na bahi pragyam, na udari pragyam. I mean, don't want to get it. There is a big difference between I and mine. And I is beyond mine.
I means consciousness, what I understood, if you want to say. Which we, in our common parlance of Indian system, we call Atma.
Atman, Brahman.
आत्मा आम जनता ज़्यादा समझती है, क्योंकि एक रिक्शा वाला भी बोल देगा आत्मा. ब्रह्मन ही मे और मे नॉट अंडरस्टैंड, बट एक आम लेमैन विल से.
इसका बहुत सारे नाम है. जैसे आत्मन ब्रह्मन बोल सकते हो आप. मैं इसको अगर मांडुक्य उपनिषद है तो तुरिया बोल सकता हूँ, अगर ईशा उपनिषद है तो ईशा बोल सकता हूँ, अगर फिजिक्स है तो मैं लॉज ऑफ फिजिक्स बोल सकता हूँ. बट दैट इज the observer of everything which is happening around. That does not get affected. The laws of physics does not get affected whether you are having a pathetic relationship or not. That is still there. You are the witness. Like you witness everything going around you. Just for a second, think to yourself that life is going to be much easier. I mean, sorry, you told me to give.
It's okay.
One, advice, and I'm telling. Try to see things as a witness. आ रही है, जा रही है. आप just witness करो. It will be much easier for you to witness it, rather than getting involved in that.
Thank you, Saurav. Thank you very much for this candid talk. And I hope our audience will also, get some interesting input from you and encouragement, because your life is both struggle and success. It's a great mixture of both. And it's at both are at the both extreme. So thank you that I feel your life is a passage of hope and success for the youth,
Thank you.
and at the same time struggle and victory too. Thank you for talking with the world of positive news. This is Madhvi Sri for the world of positive news, New Delhi. Thank you.